No matter how carefully we plan our lives, sometimes our focus gets trapped in one small problem, and we fail to see the bigger picture. We worry, we stress, and we convince ourselves that everything depends on fixing that one thing. But what if our perspective is the problem, and the opportunities are all around us, waiting to be noticed? Today's story is a reminder that life is bigger than the obstacles we fixate on. And often, what seems like a problem is just a small dot on an otherwise vast canvas of possibilities. Once, in a peaceful little town, there was a wise teacher named Mark. He was known for his unconventional methods, which always left his students thinking deeply about life. One bright morning, Mark entered the classroom carrying a single sheet of paper. In the center of the paper was a small black dot. Mark held it up and asked the students, "What do you see?" Immediately, the students focused on the dot. "I see a black dot," said one. "It's tiny, but it's clearly visible," said another. Mark nodded, smiled, and said, "Very good. Now, answer the question written on this paper." The students froze. "Question? Where is it?" one asked, peering closely at the dot. Mark chuckled softly. "Look carefully. What you notice first is the dot, isn't it? But think carefully, what about the rest of the paper? Can you see what else is here?" The students began writing random answers. Some said there was no question. Some argued that Mark had tricked them. Others were so focused on the dot that they could not even notice the empty space surrounding it. Mark walked around the classroom, observing their confusion, and then said, "Many of you are so focused on the black dot that you're completely missing the white space, the vast area of the paper around it." This is exactly how life works. We often focus so much on one problem, one mistake, or one fear that we fail to notice all the opportunities, blessings, and solutions around us. He continued, "Life gives you a wide page to fill. The black dot is small, it may be a challenge, a failure, or a worry. But the rest of the page, the white space, is full of possibilities. You can choose to fill it with your ideas, your work, your relationships, and your growth. If you only stare at the black dot, you'll never see the rest of the page, and you'll miss everything life has to offer." Mark paused and looked at each student carefully. This is why it's so important to focus on what matters, to broaden your perspective, and to not let one small problem blind you. The black dot is important, yes, but it is not everything. The world is full of white space. Opportunities exist if you open your eyes to them. Don't let the dot consume your vision. The students finally understood. They realized they had been trapped in a tiny corner of the paper, overlooking everything else. They had allowed one small thing to dominate their attention, while ignoring the bigger picture that could guide their actions, inspire their creativity, and shape their lives. Mark concluded, "Remember this lesson. In life, it's easy to fixate on one small problem, but don't let it blind you to the vast opportunities around you. Focus on the full page, not just the dot. See the bigger picture, and you'll find that life is much more generous and full of possibilities than you ever imagined." Moral of the story: sometimes we focus too much on one tiny problem and overlook the bigger picture, the rest of the white page. Life gives us vast opportunities, but we only see them if we shift our focus. Don't let one worry, fear, or failure consume all your attention. Look beyond the dot. Embrace the possibilities, and you'll find growth, success, and happiness waiting for you.